Wait for it, Yvonne. It's coming. Ba-ba-da-bum. Here we go. I wasn't expecting that.
Sorry, guys. I don't know if this is like going out live on LinkedIn. I don't
It's
think
going
it
out
is.
live
I'm
on
trouble
YouTube.
streaming on LinkedIn.
Live on YouTube and live on Facebook, but LinkedIn has a problem. Houston.
Please check LinkedIn to ensure the stream looks okay.
Okay, I'll do that. Hold on.
Anyway, well, let's carry on. Let's take it from the top because we're going live anyway, and then I can share it on afterwards, okay?
It says waiting for broadcast on LinkedIn, just to let you know. So, those of you watching on LinkedIn, you're not.
Oh, Houston, we have a technical problem.
We have a
Anyway, we're going to do that again, Ed. We're going to go anyway for it, and then I'm going to share it onto LinkedIn anyhow. So hopefully LinkedIn will pick this up as we're going.
Okay.
But anyway, let's hit the button. Let's do that again. Take two.
Oh. scared me. I was so scared. And your dedication to dress up in those bandages at the back there, Andy.
I know.
Impressive.
Awesome, isn't it? Absolutely awesome. Brilliant. Well, it's been a slightly change of the show, but I think we should introduce actually who's coming on today. So a bit of a slight mix up with the show. Not mix up, but mix up as in with the format. So let's hit this button here. Coming up on today's show, we have the incredible Yvonne Taylor at For You No Worries, and the incredible Jerry Ralston from Honey.
Here's my warm welcome. The volume went like that
Guys.
as you went along.
So, guys, whether you're on LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, or just on the internet anywhere watching this, if you want to ask a question or say hello, pop your questions in the comments. And it'd be great to see you. So, yeah, plenty going on today. So, what's new, Ed?
Oh, mate, just what's new. It's busy at the Cobra Club. I just saw the investment lounge was kicking off with David Lockett, which is really gathering momentum now, which is quite nice to see. Good old David Lockett. What's in your pocket, David Lockett? We like to say to him because it's slightly childish and makes me giggle. We also have the Make It Happen Hub, which started this morning at 9 o'clock as well. So today's a busy day for sort of new events. In fact, we also have Kath Kirkland coming up with the Speed Networking Business Generator today at 12. So we've had the Make It Happen Hub at 9. David Lockett coming in with the Investment Lounge at 10. And Kath Kirkland coming in with her Turbo Networking, Speed Networking Business Generator at 12. How busy is that?
Pretty busy, I'd say, Ed.
Busy bee.
Yeah, plenty going on, which is great.
Anything that you'd like to add that's new, Mr. Hatcher? I've noticed that there's some very scary things going out on LinkedIn and all of our posts, etc., and that we've got a rather interesting offer at present.
Yes, yeah. So, guys, anyone who's ever been sat on the fence thinking about joining the Cobra Club, we have a once in a annual lifetime offer at the moment where you can get your first month at the Cobra Club for free. First time we've ever done this. It's limited to a certain amount of places. And let me put up the code again. Well, if you can pop the code up there again, Ed.
I can probably do that if I know which button to press.
It's in the banners. It's right down
I'm
at the
getting
bottom.
down there. I'm getting out. That one.
That's it.
Hello, 21. Hello. Hello, 21. You can remember it now. Come and get involved. Cobra's a great place to meet people. Great place to do business. www.thecobraclub.co.uk.
Brilliant. So I think now, Ed, we should welcome our new club members.
Well, we've done quite well. So let's continue our shout out from last week, shall we?
Okay, here we go. Oh no, that's wrong.
And now normal service has been resumed. Let's welcome Rachel Collier to Cobra M40. I'm going to meet the wonderful Yvonne Taylor in a minute. You're muted, Andrew. So I'm going to introduce Anna Garrett from RWB HQ. And then I'm going to introduce Samantha Marshall from Cobra Express. Paul Mason has joined us at RWB HQ. Michael Thomas has come in at Cobra Jurassic. And then we have Rachel Weaver at RWB HQ. How cool is that? All those lovely new members.
Fantastic. I should know what I'm doing by now, like not, using my microphone and all sorts of stuff.
It's Halloween, you're scared. I know your nerves are in jitters because of all those mummies walking around. I loved all the comments on Facebook and LinkedIn. It's going to be spooktacular at the Cobra Club.
Absolutely.
Come and get involved, etc.
So talking about coming and get involved, what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll this VT, and when we come back, we are going to have Yvonne Taylor in the room.
The Yvonne Taylor?
The Yvonne Taylor, the missing piece of the jigsaw, Yvonne Taylor.
Well, for you, no worries. Let's see what happens.
Okay, here we go.
Let's do it.
Good morning,
I'm
Yvonne.
out of breath last
Good
week.
morning, boys.
Hiya, how are you?
Oh, I'm very well, thank you.
A ray of sunshine has just entered the studio.
Yeah, I
Brilliant.
definitely feel it this week. I feel more of a sunshine this week than a moon.
Absolutely.
You were a little bit overcast last week, weren't you?
Wasn't I just? Yeah,
Oh.
but yeah, you can't keep an old dog down for long.
The sun was still peeking out through the clouds. You couldn't quite,
Well, we're glad to hear you're all right, and you're
Yeah, we
you're
did.
getting through the other side of the pain you've had in your hip. So, wish you all the best with that, Yvonne. But you've been on the show before, haven't you, Yvonne? You came on
I
a few months
have,
ago.
yes.
Yes, so you know sort of like the format of how we work. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people on here who haven't seen the show yet or even met you, so to speak. So to start with, really, is just asking a little bit about yourself and your background and where have you been, what have you been up to, and tell us a bit about your journey over the years leading up to For You No Worries.
Oh my goodness, where do I start? Because I'm a grandma, yeah. So where do I start? Years ago. Well, I guess I've always been a people person, which is why I've done a lot of the things in my life I do. So being a special constable, being a hotel receptionist, working on the post office counters. Yeah, I guess I've always been that people person, that I want to be involved with people and looking after people and helping them, which led me to somehow get involved with the financial services sector, working for financial planners. And then the last company that I went to helped me set up For You No Worries, which was kind of their way of getting into networking and doing things. So yeah, I'm a people person. I love harmony and keeping harmony and helping people achieve that. And I've got an awful lot of empathy. So yes, that's me really. I'm a people person. So that's probably why I'm that missing part of the jigsaw in your life, guys and girls, whether it be in personal life or business, that I want to help you make sure that you too can achieve your no worries lifestyle.
Fantastic. And was setting up For You No Worries, was that like a tough decision? Was it an easy sort of transition from what you did? Because obviously sounds like, you were a special constable, did you say?
Yes, yeah.
What does a special constable do?
It's a non-paid police constable. So I did it as part of my Gold Duke of Edinburgh's award way back in the 80s.
Brilliant.
I did it for a year. I'd love to have continued it, but for various reasons, I had to give it up after about 18 months. But that's another story. But yes, so I've always been in the public eye. Also, outside work, as everybody knows, I'm very heavily involved with the community, and I have been since I've been 6 really in organizations and doing things for the community. So I just love being with people.
Brilliant.
I think that comes across in all your connections that I've ever come across. You have a really good affinity with people, and I think part of that sort of just finding out that little bit more and digging that little bit deeper and sort of understanding where people are coming from, and then sort of supporting them in improving their lifestyle. So it's a difficult thing to do sometimes, isn't it? Because it's finding out people don't realise that they need help until you sort of show them that they do. It's like a catch-22 situation, isn't it? Sometimes
it is. It's listening and picking up on the little details and then knowing when to step in and when not to step in, and also being there for them, to support them. I'm one of these that whatever you do, you commit 100% to.
Yes.
So, for instance, with my roles outside, as everyone knows, I do scouting. It's all voluntary. But as I say to my leaders, and I look after quite a team of them throughout my district, I can be contacted by text, by phone, by email 24/7. If you need me, talk to me. I will be there. I will support you. And yes, I do go out, and I will go out because I see that as my role to support them. It's not the glory of just having a title and sitting at a desk. It's not, to me, that's not it. You have to be out there and doing it.
I think so, and but you get so much more back from it by doing that, don't you?
You do, and as I said, with volunteering these days, if it's not on your CV, I think it's a shame, because I look at it this way: there's a lot of interaction between volunteering and the workplace. So a lot of the things that you can learn volunteering, and certainly as a county trainer for Buckinghamshire for the Scouts, and I deliver 19 modules to adults over various weekends, they learn so much. So they go back to the workplace with much more than even their employers have. So things like Safeguarding. How many employers really would know the signs to look out for an employee that's suffering where there are these safeguarding issues? There's also the introduction to GDPR, so they're aware of what the databases should be looking like, how they should be operating. And then obviously you've got inclusion. How many employers actually stop and think about including everybody in the workplace? It's usually, I don't think we can have them, or we can't be bothered to order it.
Yeah.
I'm a big one for having everybody, and there's ways to adapt things. But so often you just get told, no, can't have you, and they'll find a reason not to even interview people. There's lots of skills. Admin. I remember years ago when I started, and I was a stay-at-home mum, and I thought, that's it, I'm going to have baby brain. I should go back to the workplace. There we go. Yeah, look at her. She can just be the cleaner. But actually, I altered it by doing Scouts, and what I was doing, I got out the typewriter, the paper, the carbon paper, and I'd sit there and I'd write my letters. And I'd do balance sheets for activities. I'd make phone calls so that when I went back to work, people said, well, what have you been doing over the 3 or 4 years you've been at home? And I produce all these documents and they go, oh, right, okay.
Yeah, it's important, isn't it? Just to keep yourself busy.
It is. And it's like often or not, I teach them how to work with other adults, how to work as teams, how to communicate.
I think it's quite amazing. People don't always realise it about themselves. So if you go and speak to somebody who's got 3 or 4 kids, young, they're organising all the school events. They're all the house, all the family, and everything, and they think they don't do anything. When actually, to organise it all and to have it absolutely, spot on and organised, it's a phenomenal amount of organisation to go on to. So I think a lot of people undersell themselves in interview. Because I tell you, if someone sits in front of me and says I can put a Christmas lunch on the table at 12, at 1 o'clock or whatever, absolutely perfectly. That's the organisation skills that I want in my business, to be honest with you. So it's letting people understand that their skill sets are very valid, and just used in a different way.
And it's learning how to. I've learned a big kernel is working with obviously adults, and sometimes you think, oh my goodness, but it's working in how to talk to them. Because obviously, as I say to people in the workplace, you could turn around and say, right, there's your P45, clear off. With volunteers, you can't. So you have to find ways to sort of praise them, but also help and support them and almost convince them that it's their idea, what they're going to do when you suggest ways of doing things to improve things. So there's lots of things to do when you're volunteering. And that's what I like. I'm out there all the time. So, yes.
And really appreciate it as well. So tell me, if I was at one of your network meetings, and you were putting your For You No Worries hat on, and you were talking to me. How would a typical sort of meeting with Yvonne? What would it look like, and what would I get out of it?
Well, when I run my networking meetings on a Tuesday here, I like to think I give everybody the chance to talk about their business. So I don't just say have 30 seconds, 60 seconds, just give me your name, number, and rank. Because that's not good to anybody. It's different if you've got a large number, then I can understand that. But because these are nice and individual and we have time, so I ask people to tell me what they've been up to, what they're going to get up to take their business to the next level, and what is their business. And then we work through those. And then with a combination of questions and other people chipping in, it's like, yeah, actually, because then when things start evolving and people say, actually, I want to do the X, Y, and Z, it's like, well, I can help you do that. I can do this. So it becomes very much an interaction meeting. And then we always have a guest speaker of some relevance to business owners, So, yes. And that's it. And then you're listening, because you're listening to people and they're telling you that you can then make notes. And I'm known for having my notebook. So I've got notebooks after notebooks full of notes and names of people that were in networking meetings that then build up my contacts. And then I think, okay. And I was sitting yesterday listening to one. I think, right, I need to make a one-to-one because I've got a way I can help him, refer him to that one and do this. So never go to a network meeting without a notebook and pen. So I've always got my notebook and pen, because often not, I'll sit here doing this just so people know I've got a pen and I'll sit there writing.
100%. And if I made an appointment to see Yvonne Taylor at that network meeting, what services and things would you be talking to me about? So tell me about the actual business that you do.
The business, obviously running network meetings. So everybody knows I have tantalising Tuesdays here with my donuts at 12 o'clock on a Tuesday.
Everyone likes a donut.
I'm yet to find out how we can get them all delivered to everybody at the same time.
You work it out quick.
And on Friday mornings, and sometimes on Friday evenings, we have the Fenny Breakfast Club, which is a localized networking group for businesses in and around Milton Keynes. So that's one aspect of it. And obviously, again, that's reaching out to people and trying to help businesses. Because as I say, it's one thing putting your business up on Facebook or LinkedIn and all this. But to me, it's like anything. I can put this lovely picture up on the dating sites of me, 6'6", leggy, blonde, size 10. And everybody goes, yeah, with a great write-up because a copywriter's written it. I said, but when I see your business, and you know, it's like, okay, because it's like me. If I turn up to your date, you're going to get Teletubby Grandma. You're not going to get that lady sixer. So if you're really passionate about your business, come and tell us at my network meetings. But I'm very lucky to say that I formed very good relationships with insurance companies. So working with a great big insurance company up at Worcester. So they cover anything from your obscure property to businesses to fleet, anything like that, PLPI. And then I've got another company that I'm very good with all the motor insurance and travel insurance. We then have estate planners, because that's very high on my list of doing things and making sure that you're all catered for, you know, at the end of life. Having gone through that a number of times and obviously seen it go wrong. I work with a fantastic team of financial planners, mortgage advisors and protection advisors. Yep. Obviously, utility bills sits in the background with Utility Warehouse. So I'm passionate about helping people on those aspects. But also when I sit down with the other members, I will sit down and listen about their business. And then I will obviously give them ideas. I've sat with people and given them ideas how to perhaps get started, thinking of perhaps private medical insurance, things like this that they haven't thought of before. Yeah. So giving them ideas, and they've gone away. So I spent a lot of time sitting there listening, and then I think, okay, I can refer you to this person. So I was thinking the other day, Phil Blunt with his compliancy systems, because I introduced that to my financial planning firm. It saved me hours and hours of chasing through different spreadsheets and different providers to find the stuff I wanted. So, you know, it's just like that. And you build these things up and knowledge over time. Yeah. So, yeah, and it's just listening to that person and their business. And then working out ways you can help them.
Yeah, that makes a really good thing. So, as a 50-year-old bloke, I don't need to worry about anything like insurances and wills and pensions, do I? Because I've got another 10, 15 years to go before I'm going to retire.
I would say no. People laugh at me, but when my kids were 18, they had their pensions set up and all this. Because as I say, you never know what happens in life. Life throws curveballs at you, and I know that more than anyone. And that, so you need to have things in place. Don't expect to get a state pension when you retire. I mean, I've got to work till I'm 67. You know, and there might not be a state pension because there won't be the money there. So you've got to start putting your money away now. And lots of people will think about, oh, well, I'll just invest it in property, but you've got to have liquidity to do that. You know, so because a house or a property or a building will only sell when somebody wants it and at the price they want. So you need to be putting money away for your pensions. You know, you think about life cover. You know, you could drop dead at any time. My husband dropped dead suddenly. I didn't know he was going to, but by God, was I glad I got life cover, you know. But the number of people that don't want to talk about death, things like that, estate planning, why not make it easier for the ones that are left behind? And if you've got a business, heaven's sake, think about it. Lasting powers of attorney.
Yep.
Do you know, yeah, you need to be thinking about the future and think about what if. That's how I put it. What if? And I live by my Scout motto, be prepared. Because I know more than anybody, anything can happen. Yeah, and it does. So, and you need to be prepared for it. So think about pensions, guys. You know, you don't have £100 a month. You're surprising how that can be. If it's invested in the right attitude to risk to you, it can be. With businesses, we have solutions available to you, SIPs, SASs, you know. So yeah, just think about these things. What if something happened? What if I wake up tomorrow and I can't speak? Have I got someone that can step in, you know, and, you know, do carry my business, if you like, answer the phone, make a decision, pay a bill? Yeah. What is it going to be a business I want to go on and inherit to my children? Well, is it going to go the right way? So speaking to someone like Mike Heiner gets that sorted.
Totally agree with you there.
Absolutely.
Listen, your fan club is out there. Your fan club is shouting your praises.
We should say hi to everyone. Hi, Zaf.
Hello, everyone.
Very smart looking there in your suit, my friend.
Yes.
Good. Equally pish posh is Christina D'Souza. Hi, Christina. How are you?
Hi, Christina. It was lovely to see
Everyone's coming
Christina.
through on Facebook, obviously, because LinkedIn is decided to have a soul but not work. And Zaf says you do life insurance and private pension.
Yeah, I did have a big post on LinkedIn the other day about private medical insurance, because obviously having had last week off and having to be rushed into A&E and then them telling me I've got obviously the start of osteoarthritis and I've got to see an orthopedic consultant. I thought, oh my goodness. And I'd already pre-warned my private medical insurance. And I came back and I rang them and they said, no, send the referral letter through. And I sent it through and he said, let me just check what the wait time is on the NHS in the Milton Keynes area to see an orthopedic consultant. He kind of thought he was reading it wrong, so he had to read it 2 or 3 times. But in Milton Keynes, I would have to wait 45 weeks to see an orthopedic consultant, by which time I could be bedbound.
Oh my God.
So but with private medical insurance, I'm able to see one on the 11th of November in my local clinic. Now, yes, it's the same consultant that I would have seen on the NHS, but because I'm seeing it at a time and a place, because you pay, but you get to see him quicker. So, do you know, as a business owner, why wouldn't you take out that so that you can be at your business quicker and get yourself sorted out quicker?
Totally agree. So, on that line, Yvonne.
So Judith West is the person, and through that post, she said to me yesterday, through your post, I've already had 3 or 4 requests for quotes.
That's lovely. I love Judith. She's wonderful. Listen, what's your top tip to a business owner? So they've never met you before. What would be your top tip to them? Bear with me. What's your top tip, Yvonne?
Speak to me and let me guide you through the steps. It isn't all about rushing out to Curry's and getting the latest laptop and kitchen table and sitting there going, yes, I've got a wonderful business, it's called, because there is investment, there's insurance to think about, there's accountants to think about, there's IT. Because as I say, when you were employed by the corporate company that you used to work for, you were only ever employed for one thing. Now suddenly you want to do everything. You're suddenly an IT expert, a web designer, a graphic designer. You can't be all those things. So I do what I do best. I concentrate on my core skill, which is people and administration and managing people. That's what I do. So yeah, talk to someone. Don't just think that it's just rushing out, getting that brand new laptop and kitchen table and sitting there going, yeah, I've got a nice business. Look at me. And network to get your connections.
That's what I like.
Brilliant. Fantastic.
Now, we found out all about the wonderful Yvonne Taylor. I want to dig into the past. So I'm going to get my spade and I'm going to just dig down a little bit. And I want you to go back, I don't know, just a couple of years or so and answer me and riddle me the answer to this question.
Oh my goodness, it'd have to be a vinyl record. Do you know what? The one I can remember that was stuck at home that I got, I think it was my parents, because I was never in. I've never been in. I can't stay indoors for long. I think that was Tears by Ken Dodd. And then obviously it moved on to Cliff Richards and Donny Osmond and things like that. Yes, because it was so long ago. That was over 50 odd years ago.
I'm going to have to, this is going to make you laugh. I'm going to have to go and look that up on Spotify because I don't know that song. So I'm going to have to go look it up.
Yeah, and Happiness I like by Ken Dodd. That's my theme tune. Happiness, I think. Happiness. Yeah, that's my theme tune.
Happiness. No, I totally agree with you.
Brilliant.
And great campfire sort of music as well, really, that sort of thing.
Yeah. As long as I don't have to sing, I'm fine. I can make a right fool of myself around the campfire, yeah.
So Andy's going to take over now, sorry.
No, it's fine. We're rapidly running out of time. Any sort of plans for next few months? Anything different on the radar? I see you have a business directory that's out.
Yes, because of being obviously a people connector, I thought when I redesigned my website and I went to the specialists, and they're a great company that I use, Global Exposure, and I've watched that company grow from a tiny little acorn to what it is now. So I kind of go, oh, that's my baby, because they really understand me. And I thought, what better way to get people connected using is by Business Directory. And I have an awesome offer for the Cobra members. So you can advertise on the Business Directory for just £20 for 12 months. And in that time, you can edit it as much as you like, but you get 12 months for £20.
Brilliant.
Sign me up.
Yeah.
Exactly. So go to the website for You No Worries and sign up on the Business Directory.
Fantastic. And in terms of if we want to meet you, I mean, obviously, we can come to your event, can't we? You've got various events out there. You've got the Fenny Business Breakfast.
Fenny Breakfast Club, which meets on a Friday morning every other week online at 7 o'clock in the morning for an hour, or once a month we meet up for breakfast at 7 o'clock in the morning. And then once a month we meet up in the evening for,
Fantastic. And in terms of Cobra Club, when's your event then, Yvonne?
Oh, me tantalising Tuesdays is 12 o'clock every Tuesday for an hour with a guest speaker. And I'm pleased to say that next Tuesday we have the lovely Ian Carhill coming to tell us all about his lovely holidays and the way we can get, he's progressing. So he's done lots of changes to his platform for holidays. So, yes.
Well, we're gonna move on. I'm going to play a short VT. And once that VT is finished, Jerry might come into the room.
Ooh.
It's like so exciting. Oh! Thank you so much for coming on.
No, thank you.
And we will see you soon.
Thank you, guys.
Take care, Yvonne. See you.
It's the best bit, and you cut it off right on the best bit, Andy. Who's your hero of the week, Andrew, Mr. Hatcher?
My hero of this week, Ed, is Elaine Atherton. Elaine, fantastic sort of sales trainer, accountability coach. I've been going along to her events, and she's a lady who knows her onions, that's for sure. She knows how to sell. She knows how to make you feel sort of warm and fuzzy inside in terms of your business, and so supportive. That's my hero of the week, Elaine Atherton. And just to let you know, she runs the Cobra Club Make It Happen Hub, which is every Wednesday morning from 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. So if you want a bit of accountability in your life, a bit of sales, a few sales tips and tricks, then definitely head down there. So fantastic. Thanks, Elaine. Just want to quickly promote this for tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. I should actually, one of my other heroes is obviously Wojciech. He's going to be my
Too late now. He's like your second hero. It's like,
sorry, Wojciech.
Who was second?
My second hero of the week. So come and join us 8:30 a.m. live tomorrow on the internet, on Facebook, on how to build a successful business community. So I'm looking forward to that. So
really well connected, guys.
That's all pretty cool. What I'm going to do, Ed, I'm going to play this VT, and then when we come back, the incredible Mr. Jerry Walsingham is going to be in the room. Hello, Jerry.
Good morning. Good morning.
How you doing? You all right?
Yeah, so far a bit nervous. That's a very hard act to follow, that Yvonne. She's amazing.
Oh, she's the star, isn't she?
Yeah, she's all over it, isn't she? It's fantastic to see her doing so well and being such a big supportive part of any community, basically. Cobra Club, Scouts, you name it, the business community. Just honoured to have Yvonne.
She's the sunshine in our lives.
Well, absolutely, yeah. I'm delighted she did some plugging for estate planning as well, so that was quite a nice cue up for me.
Yes, perfect cue up for you.
Well, definitely you and Yvonne should meet, because essentially, Jerry, Honey Legal. So, what's Honey Legal all about?
Well, Honey Legal probably best described as a new breed of estate planner. So we are specialists is the first point difference. So we only do wills, powers of attorney, trusts, probate, and funeral plans. So we don't do anything else. So it's a specialist practice. We are unusual in that we are regulated. The whole sort of will writing industry currently is unregulated. But
So who regulates you?
Say again?
Who regulates you?
We're regulated primarily by the Council for Licensed Conveyancers,
Okay.
alongside the Financial Conduct Authority, and all our solicitors are regulated by the Solicitors Regulation Authority.
Wow.
And it makes sense when you consider that the reality for most people is that 80% plus of their wealth is tied up in the family home. Then the Council for Licensed Conveyancers makes sense. And they are tough taskmasters by all accounts. They're tougher than the FCA. So we have some additional hoops to jump through to make sure that everything we do is 100% right and it won't let you down when you need it most.
Yes, yeah. And are you coming across sort of situations like I've alluded to that yeah, people generally leave it late. They leave it sort of too late, and there's a calamity sort of down the road that shouldn't have happened that you can essentially sort of stop, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, the statistics are very harsh that 2 in 3 adults don't have a will, 9 in 10 don't have powers of attorney.
Is it still that high?
Sorry,
Still that high?
absolutely.
3 adults, no will.
Yeah, there's been a few more people have taken out wills over COVID for kind of obvious reasons, I suppose, but it's still, there's a massive number of people that are unprotected.
But
So my daily battle is with, I'm up against the invincibility gene that everybody seems to have, and the procrastination gene. It just gets put off and put off and put off. And unfortunately, my experience thus far is that almost without exception, everybody I've met who is sorted has got sorted because of some drama previously in the family.
Really?
And it's that calamity that's happened that has then probably think, oh gosh, I better get something sorted.
So Jerry, so what if I've got a will? Who cares?
So what you have or haven't?
So what? I mean, who cares? Why does that affect me if I've got a will or not got a will? What's the benefit of me having
it doesn't affect you so much, it affects the people you leave behind.
Okay.
So it's really about, it's one of those ironical things. The effort in an estate planning goes in, you put the effort in, you put the funds in, but all the benefit actually is primarily going to go to your loved ones and the people you leave behind. So do you want to leave them chaos, court battles, legal fees, or do you want to leave everything nice and smooth transition? A lot of what I do is about avoiding as much as possible any cause of family conflict afterwards.
Yep.
So decisions are clear and it's written in the will. It's not, well, I was promised this and I was promised that, and you end up with families at loggerheads. If it's written down, no dispute, job done. It's very satisfying when you get there, but converting people is hard work.
Yeah, it's a big area where you're, let's say, you're leaving your family behind, but it's just an area where your family, it probably happens a lot, can fall out over the wishes and wills and.
Oh, I mean, I can't quote you the stats, but there's been a surge of contested wills because sometimes they're badly written. If there's no will, then that leads immediately to problems because the government then step in and decide who gets what.
Oh, really?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a kind of set formula that they use. That's what I find quite odd with all the business networking I do, that business owners to me seem to be, would typically score 8, 9, 10 out of 10 on the Richter scale of control freakishness. Yet they're quite happy to give up control to the government by not having wills and not having powers of attorney. The state steps in and takes over. There's an incongruity there for me.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I guess most people think, well, it's never going to happen to me.
Yeah.
I'm going to pass away when I'm 95 or whatever it is. And then,
in perfect health. And
yeah.
A couple of years after I retire at 93.
There's been some things that might prompt people to take action with some of the recent headlines. Obviously, the most recent and I suppose high-profile one is Kate Garraway's husband. you know, he got COVID right at the beginning of the outbreak, and for him, it put him in a coma, and I think he's far from out of the woods yet. And there was a TV program about her, and she spoke in that about how problematic it was sorting out family finances because there were no powers of attorney.
Yeah.
Because in the early 50s, they thought, well, we're fine, we don't need it yet. And bang. So, you know, it's expensive to sort the mess out by comparison to preventing it happening in the first place.
Yeah, it makes good sense. So if I was a new start business, just come out of the corporate world, if you like, that's typically what we hear. What would be your top business tip to that person the second they sort of get out there and start the journey of starting a business?
I'm starting
It's my trigger finger, Jerry.
I think it was the one that was given to me, which I followed, thankfully, and that is hang on to your overhead. It's very easy when you start business. I mean, I guess it's changed slightly, but when I first started, as soon as you signed up with your BT phone line, the world and his wife got your contact information, and you were bombarded with calls from insurance, water softeners, this, that, and the media. You know, it's normally £500 a month, but special offer for you. And if you're not careful, very quickly, you know, X £1,000 can disappear out your bank account on things that sounded
I'm
like
one of those people calling you, Jerry. I've been that job. Hello, Jerry. Good luck.
So just think very carefully about, you know, what you spend.
Yeah.
I think with my marketing background, in my previous life, I think anybody, small business that says wants to spend money on marketing and advertising, and they say, I just want to get my name out there, need a sledgehammer to their head, because that's not what you need. That's what Nike do and Coca-Cola. What you need is a return on every pound you spend on marketing yourself.
Which actually is why networking is, as far as Ed is concerned, the best value marketing you can do, full stop. I mean, I can actually have that relationship with you. Probably my strike rate is low compared to what it would be if I put all that messaging out, and I can actually see what's going on and how people are responding to me, which you just don't do. I can spend £1,000 on Facebook ads, but what does that actually mean? Nothing. If I speak to you, Jerry, you'll tell me if my product's rubbish.
But I think also that, you know, that when you go networking, there's a massive amount of help out there.
Yeah.
I mean, really good goes networking. If you want to spend half an hour with them, they'll happily give you advice and guidance and help and point you in the right direction. So it's a massively useful.
For Andy and I, the volume of business that we get through networking literally dwarfs anything.
Sure.
Nothing comes even close. It is phenomenal for us.
Just want to quickly, while we're on, I quickly want to say hello to Wojciech. Hello, Wojciech. Looking forward to the show tomorrow, Wojciech.
It's great to see you too.
Hi to Alan. Hello, Alan. Good to see you.
Morning, Alan. The Cobra Express on Friday. Come on.
That's Alan Cadden, Ed.
Alan Cohen.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Sorry, Alan. Sorry, wrong Alan. Oh, Ed. I apologise, Alan. How are you? Now I feel this big.
Remember letting you down, Ed.
But no, this is what I say anyway. So I mean, I must have just
anyway.
Recite the
Anyway, that's all right, Ed. I'll sweep that under the carpet. Let's move on. So, Jerry, you're doing something at the Cobra Club at the moment, and you're doing some kind of session, I believe.
Indeed, yeah. Part of what I believe is that people don't know what they don't know, and they go blindly into the future. So it's all about education for me. So I'm running these free drop-in surgeries every Tuesday for the next 2.5 months now. Just to hopefully encourage people to come and have a chat and find out some things they didn't know, that could most likely save them and their family thousands of tears and thousands of pounds. It's it's free advice, guidance, information.
Yeah, and I guess no question is a silly question.
Absolutely not. No, we don't work on you don't get the first 30 minutes and then you're on the clock. The consultation is as free for as long as it takes to get you the information you need. And we only charge if we're instructed to go ahead and do something. So
Yeah.
can't make it any easier for people to get some knowledge, really.
Absolutely. So, you're there every Tuesday, and I'd advise anyone just to come along, ask that question. Just, it might mean the difference between calamity and not calamity. It's you don't know what you don't know, but just by doing.
Listen to stories like Yvonne's story there. Signing a piece of paper, not signing a piece of paper, actually is the easiest thing to do in the world. It doesn't matter. But if you have it in place, it can make massive financial differences to you and life enjoyment and all the other good things that come with it. Tragedy is tragedy, but don't make it worse. You can make it a lot better.
Quick question from Wojciech. It is next Tuesday, isn't it, Jerry? Fantastic. And what time is it?
Ed, you said there are tiny bits of paper. One thing everybody could do and should do, has a will, is go and check they've had it witnessed properly. I had a client very early on in my career who I was due to go and see for an appointment to make a will. She phoned me the day before and said she found the old one, it looked okay. So I said, well, I'll come along and we'll have a double check. If it is, great. If it isn't, we can talk some more. When I got there, her will that was 17 years old, had been drafted by a solicitor in the town she lived in at the time. The first thing I did was look at the signatures, and it only had one witness on it, and you need two on a will. And she was mortified when I told her that will's been invalid for 17 years.
Oh, wow.
So, we can do all the hard work, setting everything up, but if it isn't, the last step is if it isn't witnessed properly, then it all falls out of bed anyway.
Totally.
So I encourage anybody who has got a will, just go double check, make sure you've got two witnesses on your will.
Brilliant.
That's great advice. Really, really good top tip. Wojciech's put you in his calendar. I'd just like to know, Wojciech, what colour is your hat going to be when Andy's on tomorrow? Because Wojciech has the best selection of hats.
I might wear a hat too.
Oh, you can wear a hat too. I know, it's just amazing.
A nice reverse baseball cap for you, Andy, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I'll find something. Something special.
Straw trilby.
Fantastic. So just quickly, Jerry, because we're rapidly running out of time like we always do. So if I wanted to get hold of you, I know you're obviously in the Cobra Club, but let's say, right, how do I find Jerry? How does it all work? What happens when I contact you?
When you contact me, we just set a time either for a Zoom or face-to-face meeting, and we have a chat. Basically, it's no pressure. I ask, depends what people's concerns are. I can then pose, bronze, silver, and gold solutions that will help them. They can at least then make an informed decision.
Perfect.
So
it's people need.
Very much easier than people think.
Fantastic, Jerry. It's been fantastic having you on. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the opportunity.
By the way, Wojciech says he's going to wear a blue hat tomorrow. Just in case you weren't sure, because
Okay, I might wear something to match that blue.
Is that like one of those tongue twisters? Blue hat, red lorry, yellow, red hat, yellow. Oh.
I look silly with a hat on because I've got so much hair, guys. The hat's about a foot off my
I have
head.
that problem, Jerry.
Really?
Listen, we're going to play a short VT, and you're going to disappear as we do that. So, Jerry, thank you so much for your time. Great, well done, great show. And if you want just some good old common sense, have a chat to Jerry. It costs nothing to find out. It could save you tens of thousands of pounds. So
absolutely.
Get in touch with Jerry.
Thanks, Jerry.
Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it. Thanks.
My wise words of wisdom, my wisdom be wise words this week. I think you need to go back to what Yvonne was saying, which is loads of people start businesses and they expect to be an expert in every single area of that business. And the reality is you can't be. So I'm going to bow to the wisdom from Bruce Lee, who says, I know, it's good, isn't it? He fears not the man who practiced 10,000 kicks once. He fears the man who's practiced one kick 10,000 times.
Right.
Be an expert in what you do. Yeah, that's the key to it. I think Picasso also said it rather nicely, which is Learn the rules like a pro. Okay. Once you've learned them, you can break them like an artist. But you've got to do the work to get to the point where you can do that. So be an expert in what you're doing. Let other people around you come in and support you. That's the whole point of networking, and it saves you a fortune. Get good at what you're doing. They'll then use your services too, because hey, why wouldn't you? And grow and develop, and it's what we preach really at the Cobra Club. Save money, save time, do what you do really, really well, and get better at it and make more money. And that's why people like Jerry and Yvonne, they should be in your back pocket. They should be your people.
It's all about making informed decisions, by chatting with the experts and not sort of rushing into too many things. Seeking good advice.
I've got a question for you. We keep seeing these fantastic like Halloween videos and things.
Oh yeah.
Who makes these fantastic videos, Andy? And damn good they are as well. Thank you, Hannah.
Very good. Yeah, thanks to Hannah. She's put together all the content on here for us. If you have that kind of show out there on the internet and you're looking for short, snappy videos, then get in touch with Hannah. And she's got some great ideas. So thank you very much.
She's a switched on person, a real benefit to us in the Cobra Club.
Yes.
Fantastic.
So I think, Ed, we're running sort of out of time. So I think we should now go into the sort of weekly events. But before I do, I'm just going to give one more shout out to the live events happening tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning. This one here.
Tomorrow morning. He's got a blue hat on as well. I'm expecting to see it.
Fantastic. So come along, 8:30, how to build a successful community with Wojciech and myself in his blue hat.
I want to see you in your rapper boy hat.
I might well wear it, Ed. Who knows?
That would be one worth watching, Ed, just for the rapper boy hat.
Might actually do me Cobra Club rap.
I mean, talking about having really good people in your back pocket, Andy, the other person that people should have in their back pocket is Andy Hatcher, because he comes up with top tips like this one. What's your top business tip for the week, Mr. Hatcher?
My top business tip this week is I've seen it with a lot of businesses, and when starting a business is tough, there's no denying it. If it was that easy, everyone would be doing it. And my top tip is, if you're starting a business, A, not to put too much pressure on yourself. B, to make sure you've got enough capital behind you. Don't run out of money too early on. Don't expect results straight away. And just to go, and this comes back to what we were saying earlier about, speaking with the experts, finding out, networking. If you do all the right things, eventually the money will follow. If you try too hard, you try too salesy, too early on, you might get more frustrated. So it's not to panic. Start to do the right things. Network, connect, email market, do all the things that you should be doing. One other thing, Ed, is the amount of people that don't pick up the phone. It still is a valuable tool these days. And I would say to anyone, if you have a sniff of business, or instead of writing someone, to pick up the phone to them. You can save hours of your time from constructing a 4-line email. Just have a conversation.
Always thing that people do.
Pick up the phone and make it happen that way.
And one last thing, you should come along and get involved in the Cobra Club, because there is no reason why, when we're doing offers like first month free, and you don't have to stay after that, there's no tie-in, come and get involved at www.thecobraclub.co.uk, and all of this help and advice is there for free. Come get involved, come get connected, come and make your business some money. Save yourself a huge amount of aggro and meet fantastic people like Andrew, Jerry, and Yvonne, and me.
And you, Ed, of course you. Anyway, Ed, I think it's now, after that fantastic sort of relay there, I think it's time now we go into the weekly events. So stacks going on in the club, folks.
Busy.
Come and get involved. I'm going to hit the button. Are you ready for this, Ed?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Well, this week, I would suggest you come along and get involved in Monday Motivation. It's first thing on Monday morning, 9 till 10 o'clock. Come and get your diary full of appointments with me at Monday Motivation.
Brilliant. Then next up, Christie's Virtual Coffee Club every Monday at 3 o'clock. Relaxed, informal style of networking.
It's brilliant. And then come and meet her, the lady who does the emotional content for us, the marketing for us at Cobra Creative, Hannah Matarazzo, every Monday, 4 o'clock. Really great meeting.
Brilliant. Then it's up, Mr. 00 Heaven himself, Mr. Zafran Khan. Grab and drink and log on weekly on Mondays, 7:30 p.m. to 8:30.
Judith West, we've heard her mentioned several times today. Come and meet Judith every Tuesday, 10:30 to 11:30 for Quest West Business Networking.
Brilliant. So next up is Tantalizing Taylor Yvonne, missing piece of the jigsaw, every Tuesday, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m.
No worries. And then you can come along and meet Victoria Woods at Cobra office every Tuesday, 1:30 to 2:30. Come and join Victoria at the Cobra Club.
Fantastic. Then it's next up is Katrina Ellis. Katrina's based on the Isle of Man, but networks all around the UK, and it's Titan Troubleshooting, where we're going to solve problems in your business every Tuesday at 4 p.m.
Then you can make it happen with Elaine Atherton, Andy's Hero of the Week, 9 to 10:30 every Wednesday. Come and get involved.
Brilliant. Then next up, Amazon #1 best-selling author Beverly Lockett with the Hive Mastermind. It's a mastermind kind of challenge. Bring your business challenges every Wednesday at 2 p.m.
And then in the evening, pop along Wednesday evening, 7 till 9. It's the mother of all events, the biggest networking event that there is, Meeting Talents.
Fantastic. Then this week we have Cobra Connect run by Ed and Andy as well.
Woo!
And that's
Here we
every Thursday at 10 a.m.
The Bert and Ernie of the Networking Club. And then you can come and see Chris Mason at the Cobra 300 Club, weeklies on the Thursday between 1 to 2 p.m. Cobra Strike, come and get involved.
Brilliant. And then all the way down to the South Coast with Louise Monblatt, first thing Friday, Cobra Jurassic, business networking every Friday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m.
And then join Mr. Shane Yates for the full Welsh breakfast. Boydar, 9:30 to 11 o'clock every Friday.
Fantastic. Next up, we have
Got it right.
on the Cobra Express Business Networking in Scotland every Friday, 2 p.m. to 3:30 p.m.
And then we have Sharon Ritchie finishing off the week with Wind Down Friday up in Scotland. Business networking between 4 and 5:30, currently covering the reception at the Cobra Club. See you
Fantastic.
there. And I'm going to do one more thing, Andy. I want to apologise again to Alan Cohen from Text My Deal. Text My Deal is a fantastic service. Come and chat to Alan Cohen. Alan Cohen at the Cobra Club. Text My Deal. There you go, Alan. Has that made up to it? I apologise. I don't read. Sorry.
But quickly, Ed, when you said we see you there, where is there?
Well, there is the Cobra Club, and you can find the Cobra Club at www.thecobraclub.co.uk. And interestingly, Andrew, I don't know if I've mentioned this, but we've got a spooky offer.
So I'm going to play it again, Ed, because it's such a good thing.
Fantastic.
Let's play it again. So here we go, guys. Spooky offer, 100% discount for this up until basically all bells tolled on the 31st of this month. So here we go.
Oh, I was hiding behind the chair all the way through that, Andy. It was just terrifying.
Yeah,
Terrifying.
that's a great one. I love that one. Well done, Hannah. Thank you.
Yeah, come get involved. Yeah, thank you, Hannah. Great job. And what a good week. Great week coming up as well. So busy.
So much going on. Come and get involved, everyone. The only person stopping yourself is yourself. So come along, come and say hi. Stacks of people to introduce you to, and let's make it happen. Right. Okay. Over and out. See ya.
See you next week.
And we'll see you soon.
Now you're watching me. yeah, all eyes on me, 'cause I've been living the good life. So come fly with me into my fantasy, and we be loving the good life, good life.
I think this dream now just hit me. Why don't you just go there with me? Surfing the skies and splash in the clouds, dance in the crowds and laugh out loud. Holding your hand, unfolding a plan. Two souls in a land like gold in a pan. Float in the breeze or soak in the sea. Come go there with me where we both wanna be. Lie on the beach or fly in the streets. I'm trying to keep this vine in the reach. Putting everything I do aside, me and you are first. We can travel to the very end of the universe. You and me are meant to be divine energy. Living with no rules in a pool of serenity. Come be my fantasy, go away with me. Lock us up in a dream and throw away the keys. Come on, live this up now. Good life, good laugh, good love now. Come on, live this with me. Good laugh, good love, we live free. Come on, live this up now. Good life, good laugh, good love now. Come on, live this with me. Good laugh, good love, we live free. We need to rise with these new eyes. Pull the disguise off of these blue skies. Lights in the city reflect off the shoreline. When you're living this life, you want more time. Rewind the time, align planets. Ride this comet to a new dynamic. Your eyes on me, mine on you. Living the good life, we do what
Now
we
you're
want to.
watching me, yeah, all